What is happening, everybody? I'm here to bring you the updated Iron Fist guide that has been highly requested due to the rework. Now, before we get into the guide, I want to say that for anyone who's watched my previous guide video, I'm going to preface and say that about around 5 minutes of footage from that previous video is going to be used since the concepts still apply to the reworked Iron Fist. But with that in mind, guys, let's not waste any time and jump straight in. Alright, let's start with Iron Fist's core mechanics and abilities. We'll talk about his movement mechanics first, and then move on from there. Those mechanics include his triple jump and wall run. The triple jump lets you jump 3 times in the air, has a 1 second cooldown per jump that resets only when touching the ground or wall running. The wall running makes you move 50% faster and also enables quick vertical maneuverability. So we're going to start with this basic 5-punch combo. Now, the first 4 attacks are going to do the same amount of damage at 30, while the last attack does more at 50 damage. This last attack also does slight knockback as well. Now, these punches don't do the most damage, which is where his most important ability comes into play, Dragon's Defense. This ability allows the user to negate any ability or ultimate in the game and convert the damage blocked into bonus health based on how much is taken. This was changed from a maximum of 150 bonus health to 200 bonus health in the most recent patch. Once exiting the Dragon's Defense as well, you gain 30% damage reduction. Now, after you release his block, you are able to use his attack called Yatje Chunquen. I will be referring to this ability as Flurry of Punches, as it's easier to pronounce for myself. Now, this attack is Iron Fist's strongest, and it's just going to shred any target that's not getting healed. It's important to mention here that 1. Every punch from your main attack reduces your block cooldown by 1.5 seconds. 2. That you do not want to double jump during your block, as it's going to cancel it. 3. Hold down your block so you get the full value and aren't releasing it early. Number 4. In the most recent patch, they made his Flurry Punch do damage based on the max health of your opponents, similar to that of Wolverine. This means that you're going to do slightly less damage than before to DPS and supports, while doing slightly more to tanks. Now, number 5, you're going to block all damage in 360 degrees around you. So, any damage behind you, to your sides, you're gonna block it no matter what. I got this wrong in my last guide, so I want to make sure you guys understand this. The third ability I'm going to show you is a shift. This ability is a kick that sends them flying and deals 2 procs of damage to your opponent if it connects fully. This attack is useful as a finisher or an escape tool depending on the scenario at hand. Now, I want to mention here that the second proc of damage on your kick does damage based on the health of your opponent, and it does only maximum damage when your opponent is below 50% health. Now, the fourth ability we're going to talk about is E. This ability has been changed in the most recent patch. Now, instead of just giving you 50 bonus health that will stay with you at all times, the ability provides 150 bonus health, but this health depletes at a rate of 25 per second, starting 1 second after its use. This now changes his E to require precise timing on when to use it for maximum value. Now, let's discuss his ultimate called Living Chi. The ultimate basically just powers up Iron Fist, letting him use an enhanced version of his Flurry Punch while reducing the block cooldown to 3 seconds. This ult lasts 12 seconds, giving him major sustain during this period. I want to mention here that his ultimate now does max health percentage base damage as well, similar to his Flurry Punch. So his ult is going to shred tanks. To begin, we will discuss the updated attacking playstyle while performing a basic simulation of his core gameplay loop. So, instead of using my E at the beginning, before I initiate the attack, like I would have in the previous patch, I save it now, because I already have 300 base HP. Now, I still like to try and flank when I'm first engaging, and it's still preferable not to be seen by anybody, so you can get the surprise. Now, once you're in position, you're going to see if your team's pushed up and ready to fight. Once you initiate, you will be able to get off a few basic attacks before being noticed by your target and forced to block. Now, once your block is over, you should proceed to hit them with your Flurry of Punches and try to secure the kill. Keep in mind that after the recent patch, you have a harder time securing these kills, so don't force the kill if you can help it. Once you secure the kill or are forced to retreat, either kick to safety, and E or immediately go onto the enemy tank in the front line if you have enough HP. If you could kill the tank, good. If not, go back and use E to get right back into the fight. Something I want to mention here is that you don't have to be afraid as much of going back into the fight while your block is still on a long cooldown, because you can get back in the fight very quickly, with each punch now doing 1.5 seconds off of your block cooldown instead of 1. Now that I've covered the general overview of Iron Fist and his playstyle, I'm going to discuss some of the advanced techniques and tips that you can use to get the most out of Iron Fist. This section will probably be the most informative and longest so far, so enjoy. The first tech I'm going to be talking about is the B-Hop. Now, I know the devs said that they were taking it away the last patch, but all they really did was just make it more inconsistent and harder to pull off every time. Now, to do this tech, all you're going to want to do is jump, and then right as you're about to hit the ground, punch, and then jump again. Now, this second jump is going to use a cooldown from your triple jump. But if you do this tech correctly, it will start to refresh as you jump again. This effectively allows you to B-hop for an infinite amount of distance. Alright, this next tip is to always be wall running. This is a very simple one, but important. So what do I mean by always be wall running? Let's say you get killed early while trying to get a pick. When you respawn, I want you to look for any opportunity to cling to a wall and run in a straight line or around curved corners. This is because his wall running speed is 50% faster than his normal walking speed, allowing you to get back to the battlefield much faster. Alright, this next tip goes along with the last one, and it's to use your wall run to reset your triple jump. This is very simple, but it helps tremendously in game. Let's take a look at this clip to show you exactly what I mean. Alright, so in this clip, we can see I'm trying to get behind them on first point, but the Psylocke appears from invisible, spots me. Try dueling it out, get some damage in, but I notice the whole team's looking at me right there, so I say, yep, time to get out. Then I cling to the wall as soon as I can, and I use that jump that I got to jump around the wall, get myself to safety without taking any damage, or any extra damage. This next tech is called the knockback punch and kick combo. This tech is pretty similar to the one-shot combo, where you want to first charge up your basic attack, so that the next one will be your empowered one. Then, after you charge it up, use your kick, and as soon as you come out of your kick, you punch, and it will be your empowered punch. And you'll do double knockback to your opponent, allowing you to displace them. Alright, listen up. This next tech is probably one of the most useful, I would say, as, in my opinion, it improves his ultimate quite decently. As we all know, during Iron Fist ultimate, your block is going to be reduced to a 3-second cooldown. But what most people don't know is that if you block right before your ultimate ends, you'll get to keep the full bar of your flurry attack as you exit the ultimate, and you'll still have your block on a 3-second cooldown. This effectively lets you finish up any kills that you may not have been able to have the chance to confirm during your ultimate. You're almost certain to get a kill if your team is winning that fight. Alright, this technique is just going to be me showing you how to get the most use out of your kick. Basically, all you have to do is just kick towards the enemy that you're wanting to kill, and then look in their direction. So, for example, in this J3 clip from my last video, you can see me kick towards J as he exits to the Namor shift. And as I near the end of my kick, I look directly right as my kick ends, and both procs of damage hit him. Alright, this is something that I like to do a lot in my games, and it's spawn killing. It's pretty self-explanatory. You basically just want to be constantly looking at the scoreboard and looking at the kill feed to see if anyone gets picked off very early into the fight or very late into the fight. And if they meet one of those criteria, then that's usually when you want to go spawn kill. Preferably, you want the spawn kill to be a support. It can be a DPS, but supports just get more value. Now this next tech is the only one that's going to be new to the current patch. So, have you noticed that when you try to kill a flyer during your ultimate, you go absolutely flying? Yeah, that is definitely new to this patch. So, let me show you a few ways I've been liking to use this tech. Number 1, at the last second during my ultimate, if I don't have my kick to retreat and I need to get back to my team, I simply jump into the air and I punch towards the direction I want to go with my ultimate. And as my ultimate is running out, the momentum for me in the air will carry me towards my team. or the direction I desire. Number 2, this is a stall technique I created recently that I think has the most potential. You simply use your ult and punch up into the sky and then punch back onto the ground. And you do this repeatedly and you become a very hard target to kill, especially if you're blocking every once in a while to get your overhealth. Before we move on, I want to talk about the updated one-shot combo. Now, the combo has been nerfed, so instead of 4 punches in total, you have to hit them with 5 punches now. So this basically looks like hitting them with your whole basic attack combo and then following up immediately with a kick. I recommend still trying to use this as much as you can, especially on isolated targets who you could catch by surprise. So, you've learned all the techs now, great. When should you use some of these techs though? That's what I'm going to explain here next in this next section. So, firstly, I want to explain how you should recognize when using your kick to secure a kill is viable, because your kick is your only escape tool that can cover ground very fast. This is why if you're going to use the kick to secure a kill, you must make sure there's either a room you could slip into, a pillar you can wall run up and behind, access to high ground, just some sort of cover that you can use your triple jumps and wall run to escape to and wait for your cooldowns. I'm going to use this first section of the Yggdrasil map, the convoy map in particular, to give a clear visual of what would be a good position to use and what would not be. Let's take a look at this first image. As you can see, Luna and the rocket are both directly next to the pillar. This would be a decent place to kill a Luna, as you can kick and then immediately jump up to the pillar and get the high ground and heal. But this could be risky if they had, say, an Iron Man that could go up there and just kill you, maybe a Psylocke that could dash to you. You just have to be wary of the enemy team's composition. Now I'm going to show you an example of when you would not want to use the kick. Now you see in the second image, the rocket is in the open with nobody near him and nothing for cover. If you're lucky, you might be able to secure the rocket kill with the kick if he's low already, but unless you have a Magneto bubble, you're probably going to die when his team all looks back at you. So, when should you use Iron Fist Ultimate? There's 2 main scenarios when I like to use my ultimate, and one of them is to bait out support ultimates, because a support is most likely always going to pop an ult if you pop yours, if they have it. Number 2, if you can actually manage to bait out the support ult without using your ultimate, then you could probably wait till they're out of defensive ults and then use your ultimate to try to secure kills for your team. One tip I want to provide before we move on for the ultimate is that if I'm going to use the ultimate to try to secure kills, I want to try to make sure that my team has the lead in numbers by at least 1 or 2, so I can alleviate some of that pressure, not just get instantly focus fired. Alright, now let's talk about the use for the knockback punch and kick combo. This combo is pretty niche use case, but still useful to know when. So, you mainly want to use this to try and knock someone off the map, or to try and knock an enemy closer to your team if they're out of position. For example, say I'm on the back line and I see 4 people look at me instantly. There's a situation where I probably just want to kick back towards my team and get out, because I know if I stay there too long, I'm going to die. But as I look back to kick, I see the enemy tank low and near a corner that my team's holding. So I charge my punch if possible, and then I kick back towards him to knock him into my team while I distract his teammates. I'd like to talk shortly about playstyle adaptation now. I mentioned this briefly earlier, but I'm going to go into some more detail now. So what exactly do I mean by playstyle adaptation? When I say this, all I'm referring to is how you should change your playstyle and ability usage based on the rank you're at. For example, last season when I did an unranked GM on Iron Fist, I was turning around and blocking too fast in the lower ranks because I was very used to the quick reaction times of my opponents. And I'd turn around and block too fast, get no block charge, and I would die almost, not instantly, but they would have the chance to kill me because I didn't have the damage reduction or the bonus health for my block. Alright, now I'm going to provide some advice for specific character matchups against Iron Fist. First off, I gotta talk about Rocket. This guy can be very slippery at times with the wall running. I could barely finish off good rockets before I figured out this trick. All you gotta do is to get the rocket down to around 1/3 of his HP, right? And then you want to get your auto lock punch, and as you're moving towards him with that auto lock, you're going to want to shift and kick him, and you should hit the kick almost 100% of the time. Alright, so let's give you some tips for Mantis. The only thing you gotta really worry about Mantis is their sleep. You're either gonna want to try baiting the sleep out by going for a fake dive and then jumping backwards. Maybe do this once or twice and hope that she'll fall for it. Alright, let's talk about Luna. Luna's a bit easier to deal with than Mantis, because Mantis' sleep is quite easy to hit compared to Luna's ice ball. You either want to try to bait this ice ball out like you did with the Mantis by going in for a fake dive, or just trying to block it by reacting to the visual cue of the ice ball forming. Alrighty boys, this section of the video, we're just going to do a VOD review, and I picked out a pretty good game of mine. I got MVP. I literally almost did the most damage on my team, so I feel like this game I did pretty well, and it's a good representation of what you should do in Iron Fist. So, let's jump right in. Alrighty, this map is going to be on Hall of Djalia, and we're going to start out on attack. So, we're going to speed this up a little bit. I'm going to try going on this right flank. I like to do this usually on my first attempt. Our Luna gets picked off, but it's okay. We have Res Beacon. And we're just waiting in the back line, getting set up. See our Venom's on point, so we're like, okay, let's get in there. Apply some pressure, go on the Luna. Now I turn around, I think there's enough people looking at me, and I get pretty much max block charge right there. That's fine. Now I notice the tank is just pushing super far up into my front line around this corner. So I feel like, okay, I'm just going to shred him, charge some ult. Maybe I can get him. Go back on him, see if maybe I can get the kickoff and kill him. But no, I realize, nope, he's getting healed. And he's got his shield up, so it's not going to be worth it. Yep, just back up. I see a Jeff. The Jeff is just DPSing right by our spawn. So I'm like, okay, let me just pop my block, not even worry about getting my charge. And we're just going to try to take this dude out. And the Sarlacc helps us, and we get him taken care of. So, after we do that, we're going to try to get set up again. Set up in the back line. Same spot. A Wolverine on us, but don't matter. Everyone's looking at us. Yeah, so right here, everyone's looking at us. I go in. I could go in for an actual dive, but all I'm really doing right here is just making space for my team. You see that all eyes are on me right now. We have a Wolverine behind me. We have a Strange looking at me. Both supports looking at me as well. Take a look over here. Then my Magneto and my Luna, they're getting to push up for free while the whole team is just looking at me. And look at all that space. Look at all that space. All right, but we're making all this space. And I decide, you know, instead of going on them, actually, I'm just going to back up to my team and wait for them. Let them push up. My Venom dives in, causes more chaos, creates more space. And I get too low right there, and I just decide to back out. But I decide to immediately go back in after I heal up a little bit. You can play very aggressive with the new Iron Fist since you get his block back a lot faster. I would have not gone in immediately there last patch. Decided to go on the back line just because this Invisible Woman's low. She gets one shot, but nope. There's three of them. Not worth it. I'm only 200 HP. My whole team is dead, so decided to get my block off and just retreat. Go back, heal. Jeff's trying to chase us, and we just get around this corner, and we're like, what is he doing? Go back around. He's still back here, so we're just gonna, yeah, we're just gonna farm damage off of him. And try to get the kill if we can. I believe we do. Yep. Just kind of just trolling there, trying to DPS. We're getting this Luna ult so we don't get taken out by the Star-Lord. And we can just get in there, ready to apply some pressure. And I sped it up way too fast. Sorry, boys. Rewind that. Alright, so, yep. See the Invisible Woman? She makes a really big mistake here, actually. Her Luna's ulting, but she sees me on her, and she decides she's going to want to try to jump away for some reason, even though she's perfectly safe. And the second she does that, my Sarlacc beams her to half, and then I come in and help finish that up. And then I decide, okay, they're down to support, I'm just going to pop ult. And we're just going to clean this up. Our Sarlacc pops ult as well, and yeah, we kind of just wipe here. Let's speed this up, speed this up. Yeah, that's a flank I like to take on this map. Go on this little edge of the map. Getting set up, get in the back line, waiting. See our team's pushed up and fighting. So we're like, okay, we're gonna go on the back line. Yeah, just cause some, create some space, cause some chaos on the back line, and kick back up onto the tank. See, they're all back there and not gonna kill him yet. You know, go back up the strain, farm some damage, pop our E, and this is something I like to do, guys. I like to pop the E, like I mentioned earlier, when I have, after I've used my block and after I've used maybe my shift or something. After you've used all your cooldowns and you're just wanting to reset, waste some time, pop your E, and then just go immediately back in and get your block. We're just going to farm damage off the Strange. Yep. Stranger's getting melted there. So if the tank's getting melted like that in the front line, you kind of just want to help your team secure the kill. Yep. Wolverine kills 2 of ours. One gets res. We get the Luna kill though, so that's nice. The Wolverine's just up there kind of like soloing. And we're going to E. We don't have cooldowns. Go back there. We hit the Strange once so he looks back at us. We want him to look back at us so we can get more block charge right there and create more space. Yeah, farm our ult. We're going to get up here. I believe we're going to E and then ult. No, our team's dead, so we're not going to ult. Yep. Team's not dead, but they weren't in a good position. And get Wolverine grab while I'm trying to heal. That's fine, though. We've left and right with our movement, and we... Yeah, no, we don't manage to escape, but we almost do. We get res, though, so it's not a big deal. We just didn't hear the Wolverine coming up behind us. Alright, just waiting. Waiting for our team to get back. Alright, and then I'm going to pop E here. And I see my team's pushing up. I want to try to make some space for them, so I decided, okay, I'm just going to ult. A few of them are low. And yeah, we're going to go on the supports. Go on the invisible one. Then I say screw it. We're just going to go, yeah, keep going on the invisible one. After we get one support, I didn't really want to at least try to focus the tank. And yeah, that was a bad play by our part. We're kind of just focusing the Strange, and we're not like paying attention to him having ult. Go on the Jeff, beam him down. We get him. Yep. We'll push card a little bit. Go up here on the high ground. See the Strange flying down, so we're just like, yeah, we're gonna focus him. And we're just gonna start focusing. Yep. And we're just beaming. Go on the Wolverine. Try to get our block charge back while we're on the Luna ult. Now, it's kind of just chaos happening, so we're just trying to farm as much damage as possible. Especially with the support ult going on right now. Trying to get our block back as fast as possible. Just farming. See the Strange coming out the portal. Try to kick him. Miss. It's okay, though. He's by himself. He just dies instantly. Push up. Hear the Wolverine. We should have heard the Wolverine right there. Not went forward. That's fine though. We get out. Go back. Going to the same flank. We could E right here. I would have liked to see an E right there. That's a mistake I made. We had the time, so we might as well. We didn't have cooldowns. And we die. We get frozen. There wasn't like much we could do there. Get the block charge off the Strange. And our team's just not pushed up enough, so we're not going to commit to anything fully. We just use our block cooldown, so we're going to want to E and just go right back in to try to get it back. And we managed to get the invisible one. Good kill. Get one of the supports, so I'm like, okay, I'm just going to ult here. Try to clean this up. They don't have a second support. They're running triple support, so it's still a little harder. Our Luna comes in and ults and just like absolutely saves me right here. Lets me just clean this up. So lets me clean this up beautifully. Honestly, wouldn't have been the best ult there if I didn't have that Luna come up and help me. Should have communicated with my team more before I ulted. I make same mistake again. I used my block way too early, right before the Strange ults. And then we're about to try to stall, so we're just gonna go in and get as much health as possible. On the Strange block. On the back line. I don't think we realized that nobody's on point here. I think we do now though. Go back. Yeah, we do now. Yep. We're just trying to jump around, dodge them. Go on an opponent to opponent. So you go on the Luna, turn around. And we're using the momentum from our flurry punches and like the auto lock to just like let us move around the point and try not to get hit. And it's working very well here. It's just we end up getting off the point and C9ing, so We could have held that longer if I didn't do that. That was a mistake. Let's go to the second round, though. Yeah, I'm holding this top left flank right here on defense. Hear the Jeff, see him. Try to block. I missed my block. I was like, okay, I'm going to try to get some more damage still. And I missed my kick right there, unfortunately. I get very lucky. Very, very lucky. I should have died right there. That Jeff had some better aim. See the supports right here? We're just going to try to get our block back. Get it. Farm some damage off the Strange. I see our team's pushed back, so we don't want to like be in there too far without any cooldowns. Use our E. Go in, get our block back. Get some damage from the front line. Then the Cloak and Dagger just use her bubble, so we know she's not going to have anything to really keep herself up if we just focus her. And their supports just aren't healing her, so we get very lucky there. And we're able to just clean this up. Yeah, Sorler's just in our back line, and we're just gonna, yeah, we're just chasing him down. Now, just time to wait for the next push. Oh, didn't realize. Yep, didn't realize that Jeff was just, yeah, he's already flanking. Jeff's flanking up top. We're just gonna try to farm damage off him. Don't need to use our block because we're probably not gonna kill him. He's probably just gonna get away, but we can at least farm some damage with our regular punches. No, yep. A few of them are dead, so yeah, we're gonna try to get the Jeff here with our kick. We missed though, so yeah, he's just gonna go back to spawn, get out. Yep, they decide a portal. And I pop E right here because they're all so clustered by the portal. I don't want to just instantly fall over. And Wolverine pulls me through the portal. Doesn't matter though. Get the Luna. She's one shot and we just finish her off. Now we're going to run up here, pop ult so we don't just get beamed. And their Cloak and Dagger pops ult while we use ours. So kind of just forced to play pretty passive. Don't want to commit anything. We're not going to get any kills. Cloak and Dagger is out of her ult though, and we have our Venom, so we are able to get her through her bubble. And make the same mistake again. We're not paying attention to the Strange ult. And yep, we still die. Unfortunate. I think my team still manages to hold this though. I think Venom ults here maybe. Yep, Venom ults a stall. Give us a bit more time. And we see Venom on the backline on their supports right there, so we're just like, yeah, we're gonna farm off the Strange. And yeah, my team just kind of wipes. And yep, team just kind of wipes. And we're gonna try to finish the Wolverine off here. And we managed to. Good stagger. Gonna wait for their final push. Try to touch last second Venom. Go on him, get our block. Full damage. And with the remainder of our flurry punches, we decided to go on the Luna, which was a mistake, because we don't have our block for this. We do end up getting res though, so we are able to come out and clean this up. Don't get anything with our block, it's fine though, we got Luna ult. Want to make sure we secure that kill on the Cloak and Dagger. We kick. Next up, we see the Wolverines, though. We're going to go on him. Tries to take us out of the ult, but Luna's just on us. We go on him. We manage to kill him. And we managed to kill Star-Lord. And yeah. And there you guys go.